All right, everyone, it's Thursday. I'm Andrew Dow. Time for our Happening in the Hamptons podcast, our weekly breakdown of the Hamptons market, new listings, and events on the East End. We are sponsored today by New York Title Abstract, the Hamptons' leading title insurance firm. Visit newyorktitle.com. Steve Glick, Dave Rutiner, and today, back for our new season, a return guest, Mr. Eddie Gaetjens. How are you, sir?
Great to be here.
Always good to have you on.
Great to be back. I mean, to start off the new year, how amazing is that? I mean,
it's been too
really
long.
happy.
You know,
it feels that way, right?
It feels like it's been a long time.
We took a two-week break. I don't know. I don't like taking breaks.
Can we still say Happy New Year? Is it too late to say Happy New Year?
Well, what would Larry David say?
I'm going to say...
He'd say it's too late, but I'm going to say Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you all, you guys also.
It's too late. It's 100%.
Still a little on the late side. 2025. Go figure it out, right?
So look, we're in full swing then. If it's too late to say Happy New Year, that means New Year's underway. We're going. What are you up to? You're busy. You're always busy.
What am I doing? I'm doing my coaching. I'm doing a firehouse. I'm trying to get listings, trying to sell listings. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Real quick, I'm going to tell you. So I took my girls to Southampton Ice Rink, where you are obviously a coach. You're very involved there. And I took a video of my girls skating. They were doing good, right?
They were doing really good.
And I was like, and I came by your picture there on the boards, and I was like, that's Daddy's friend from work. I work with him. One of the kids that works there goes, Eddie G. I was like, yeah, Ed Gaetjens, like, good guy. I like Ed. Like, he is a good guy.
I love the ad. I did the ad a few years ago, and it says the real estate hat trick: location, location, location.
He's in a suit.
Yeah,
he's got the hockey gloves, the skates. It's like
stick. Yeah, I loved it. I think it's amazing. So yeah,
it's perfect.
Looking good.
So you're at the ice rink. You're doing stuff. You're getting listings. We were talking about what we were going to talk about today, and. There's a lot of people, a lot of agents out there, right? A lot of agents in the Hamptons. Everybody goes, well, how do you get listings? Like there's some secret sauce.
What's the secret sauce, Eddie?
What's your secret?
I don't think there's a secret.
I'm really going to sit here and tell everybody on this podcast, the hundreds of thousands of people, what my secret sauce is.
Well, if we title it Ed's Secrets to Listings in
how
the Hamptons.
How about being persistent and relentless and never not letting anybody not know that you're in real estate? Like, I don't care who I meet. I don't care if it's a checkout person at the grocery store or some CEO of a hedge fund. They know that I'm in real estate out here.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I'm proud of being in real estate out here. Some people hide the fact that they're agents. They feel like it's a lowly job for them. Not me. I love it, and I show it every time I'm out there in front of the public.
Well, it just goes to show, too, even like you just said with the ice hockey rink.
Yeah.
He's there coaching, but he's making sure that, hey, I'm the coach, but I sell real estate. Here's my banner ad, on the side of the wall at the ice skating rink.
Everybody knows it. Everybody, and I'm proud. Like I said, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of being a coach, a fireman, and a realtor.
Well,
out
that's
here.
the way to do it. So many times we hear that, I listed with so-and-so. I didn't know. I didn't know you're in real estate. And you're like, well, you're my best friend. What do you mean you don't know? And it's really important that if you're going to be a successful real estate agent like yourself, everybody needs to know.
Yeah.
In all facets, all community networking that you do, from the firehouse to the coaching, the ice skating rink, helping out in the community, on social media, on your ads. It's like, I'm Ed Gaetjens and I sell Hamptons real estate. So that's one of your secrets.
Well, do you make a point to go out in public and let everyone know, or is it just natural?
I'm proud of what I'm proud of what I do. Like, I am proud of being in this business. I love everything about it. If I see a piece of vacant land and I think that could be something that someone would like, I reach out to the owner immediately. If I see a house that's in some sort of disrepair that maybe I can help somebody out. I mean, I like helping people, and I'm proud of what I do.
So you uncover all the rocks. So someone calls you up and says, Ed, I'm looking for a piece of land. I want to develop a property. Obviously, they can go online and see what's available, but you're now taking that one step further and say, look, I'm going to go out and find that piece of land for you, or that house for you that's not necessarily on the market. So you're calling, right? You're digging, you're driving, you're looking. And sometimes when you're doing that, the person might not be the property for them, but you uncover a conversation and talking to somebody. They say, hey, you know what? I'll list my property, because you're getting properties and agents are like, how does Ed get all of these listings?
Here we go again.
There you go.
Here we go again.
We're not going to tell.
I should be getting paid for an infomercial here. Is this a podcast or an infomercial? I mean, listen, I've had people hang up on me at all times, and I've had people that have hung up on me 3 or 4 or 5 times in 4 or 5 years that I've gotten their property and sold their property. And if you're relentless and if you care and if you know that you bring value, I bring value. There's no question about it. I'm secure with myself knowing that if I call you, you're going to get the best of what I can give. And I'm good at what I do, and I'm happy to help you.
The other thing too is you can't go out and be like, "Hey, I'm Ed Gaetjens. I sell real estate," and expect somebody to be like, "Oh my God, what a coincidence! I was just looking to sell my $10 million house."
Exactly.
It's a long game. You got to establish relationships. You put it out there. You run into them again. You say, remind them.
You're telling everyone on this podcast, but that's just one step of it. You have to follow through and actually do the work. So yes, you're giving your quote unquote secrets, but it's the work and the work ethic that goes into it, and the following up, the following through, being persistent, being relentless. And that's something that no one could emulate. If it's either you have it or you don't.
And I was taught kind of a lesson this week where 2 properties came on the market, and it was someone who I had reached out with years ago, but I didn't follow up. And someone else got them, and it makes me sad, but I blame myself. I don't get mad at the person. I get mad at myself for not following up. And that's why real estate is not a part-time job ever. If anybody tells you that, it's a long game. And it's following up, and it's doing it every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. That's a big factor between agents that are making money and agents that are not making money.
Well, Ed, when did you start real estate? I mean, I know that it's been 2020, I think.
Yeah, 2020. Right. 2020.
All right, so here we are coming in 5 years because it was around this time.
Crazy.
Right? So call it 5 years in real estate, and you have, already became one of the most successful real estate agents here in the Hamptons. I know you don't like. I
do not feel that way. I don't want to. I almost don't want to. I almost want to put my hands over my ears and be like, I don't want to hear it. No,
well, you are, and it's a true testament to your energy, your relentlessness to help your clients. You enjoy it. You enjoy finding that property and connecting buyers and sellers together. You get a.
I do, and I've said before to you and to Dave and and Andrew that like when I get the check, it's kind of like anticlimactic. Like I don't look at real estate as money. Like I don't know how. It's maybe people are like these kids. Who's he saying? I don't. Well,
you got to live, but
you got to live, of course. But I look at it as like a challenge.
Like it's a game.
And when the check comes, it means like the game's over.
Yeah.
And it's kind of there's a sad feeling sometimes I have. I mean, like I worked for years on Cook's Lane, right?
Oh, right.
And it was amazing. You guys know it was a tough pull, and it was like back and forth, and it's done and it's over with. But the money wasn't the most important thing. It was like the fact that I got it, and we sold it, and
the
family did really well.
Family did really well, exactly.
And that's what I'm all about.
And everybody was happy at the end, right?
Right.
Everyone's happy.
Well, look, you got a couple things that you're chasing right now. A couple listings you have.
Yeah.
The game.
You're
to get them sold. You're in the game.
The game is to get them sold. Right? Absolutely. That's the game is to get them sold.
Let's talk about 9 Terrace in Southampton. This is, what are we in? Like the 6th inning here, right? The house is done.
The house is done. It's staged. Listen, it's January, right? And we've had a cold snap. We haven't had as many people viewing this house.
7th inning stretch.
We're in that stretch
right now. The
bring in the closer.
It's almost like it's like spring training kind of in a way. Like we're getting ready. It's pitchers and catchers, but this is an amazing house. I mean, it's Farrell built, and this is a house that location-wise sold, the same exact house sold south of the highway on Wainscott Northwest Road for $11 million. It's $6.5 million here in North Sea on an acre.
Location.
It's just an amazing house. And, we have open houses. Jen Robertson and I have it. People come in and absolutely love the house. There's not one thing you can say about the house that's bad.
Talk about the builder. Who built this one?
Joe Farrell built it.
Joe Farrell. Everybody, Joe Farrell, Farrell Builders.
Yeah. And I can tell you, like, this house just people walk in and they're taken aback by it. It's a real family style house, a formal dining room, beautiful mud room, downstairs primary, Gary Cufo kitchen, floating toilets, 2-car garage with radiant heat. Yeah, floating toilet is a nice thing.
Look at that.
Can I just say something though? You gave me a full tour. We did a video, a whole. It was like 11 minutes. I acted like I was like a customer, and you showed me every angle of the house.
People love that video, Dave. It was really good. Thank you.
No problem. But something that struck me about the house was the mechanical room. I mean, you walk into that mechanical room and you're just like, man, this is organized. This is the cleanest room I've ever seen.
Tell a lot about a house by looking at it.
If you're a buyer out there, the first place
it was really noticeable.
I'm telling you,
it was like
the first room I would go to as a buyer. I would look at the kitchen and then I go, take me to the mechanical room.
Yeah.
You can eat off the floor of that mechanical room.
Yeah.
Okay. Diamond plate,
beautiful
steel behind it. The floors are perfect. The wires are perfect. Everything is just in total good order.
Ed, I'm still stuck on floating toilets. And what is
what
a
is
floating
that?
toilet? I can't stop thinking about a floating toilet.
It's a toilet that is off the floor. It's attached to the wall. Okay, so when you clean, clean totally underneath it.
Are you serious? So it's not underneath it. It's not connected to the ground.
Nothing. So you can mop and clean underneath it.
So how much weight can it hold? What if
It can hold 350 pounds at least or more.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a very clean. It's a very clean look for a bathroom.
And
I
easy to
really like
clean.
it.
So the
Sounds
piping is in the wall. So
Piping is in the wall. Yeah, the tank is in the wall. Yeah, so it's a really good looking setup.
That's a nice
You
toilet.
spend. What's your main selling feature? The powder room. Come check this out.
Yeah, a floating toilet.
Listen, whatever you like.
Every now and then you see one of those Japanese toilets that like have all the like electronics on
It's like the bidet almost. Yeah.
They play the music. I see those. They play the music today.
Yeah.
I will never forget the first house I shot that had one of those. I was like backing into the powder room to get a shot,
nice,
looking out.
What's wrong with
Thing
that?
turns on, comes up, starts playing music.
Yeah, it turns on for you.
Water starts spraying out. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's living, baby.
this is
that's living.
That is living.
So I was in Montenegro in November, and the hotel we stayed at was called the One and Only. And when I got up in the middle of the night, because I'm in my 60s to go to the bathroom 6 times, the toilet, as you walk towards it, opens up for you and lights up. Amazing. What an amazing feature. So anyway, but I mean, an amazing house. I would love for people to come up and see.
So you have open houses every week.
We have open houses every week, sometimes twice a week. Jen Robinson and I are really pushing there. I know when the weather turns a little bit, we're going to get bodies up there and it's going to sell. That place I love.
What any other ones you want to hit on while we're talking new?
Well, let's talk about Farrell because Farrell's first south of the highway build in 2004 was 254 South Main Street.
Okay,
and you got it,
and I got it. So Joe Farrell and I are friends from high school, and I can remember when he was building that house. He had his first child, and it was his first foray south of the highway, and it was a big deal. Wow. And this house is almost 11,000 square feet on an acre in Southampton Village, 254 South Main Street. No better location in the village than South Main Street. A quarter mile from the village, a quarter mile to an ocean beach, close to the Southampton Tennis Club. The house has everything.
And this one's priced to go, right?
It's priced at $14.95. There is some room in that price.
Okay.
This will be a bargain for someone. Is the house going to need some bit of a facelift internally? Yeah. Is it going to need some new bathrooms, maybe a new kitchen? Yes.
What year is this thing built?
It was built in 2004. It sold in 2006.
I'm looking at the pictures, and when you say like, does it need? It's like a to taste kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's gorgeous the way it is.
This house is your classic Hamptons gambrel shingle styled house. The house in front could be. The house in front, Jim Eccles is selling for $25 million. It's about the same square footage, same acreage. This will be a bargain for someone. Someone will buy this house and be in the village, in the most prestigious address in Southampton Village. This is something you really want to see.
It's great. Ed, we're looking forward to this one. And I know you're excited about both these properties.
I'm excited about I'm just as excited about a $600,000 lot that I have in Springs. I love this business.
I love your enthusiasm.
I love Ed's energy.
It's infectious, man. Every time he comes in, it's like, Ed's here. All right, what are we doing? Like,
And I love coming to the office. I wish more people came to the office. I love it here.
Heck yeah. All right, boss, let's talk about the numbers.
All right, data this week, guys. Here we go. Week of January 14th, 2025. 14 listings went into contract last year, 15. So it's a small decrease of, they call it 7%, but it's only one off of from last year. 2023, 14 listings as well, no change. So the past 2 years, it's been like pretty much exactly the same amount of listings, which is weird. But the breakdown of the 14 transactions, there was 1 between 5 and 10, 1 between 3 and 5, 4 between 2 and 3, 5 between 1 and 2, 3 under $1 million. Dollar volume this week, 29 million. Last year was 48 million, decrease of 40%. Dollar volume 2 years ago was 43 million, decrease of 33%. So not a very busy week. Hopefully that was just an anomaly. I don't see that being the norm, but there's 52 weeks a year, right? Mm-hmm. This is just one of them. New listings coming on the market. This is where we saw an increase. There were 21 new listings. Increases the inventory by 7 listings. In the breakdown of the 21 new listings, there was 1 over 20, 1 between 10 and 20, 7 between 5 and 10, 3 between 3 and 5, 5 between 2 and 3, 4 between 1 and 2. Inventory stands at 1,738 total listings with 1,307 active and 431 in contract.
I mean, you guys realize we've never recovered from pre-COVID
we were
inventory.
talking about that last week.
Yeah, we talked about this. This is the new norm.
This is the new norm. I think we're not getting to 3,500 anytime soon. So this is the new norm.
You must have listened to the podcast last week because that's what we were talking about a little bit.
Yeah, I listened to that, but I also have I also know what's going on. Yeah.
We talked about, it's a low inventory market, but,
It's the new norm. So
It's the new norm.
Are we calling this a low inventory market?
No. And we said that, we're like, I don't think we should be calling it anymore because it's been like that for now 3-4 years.
Yes,
so this is it. Like
Right.
we're just taking that word and throwing it out and just saying this is the inventory. And now our new baseline is
where we're at.
Why is that? Do you think it's just because COVID, people were just like, I'm out? They just got scared and they could get this great number and then the buyers came in?
Interest rates.
Pre-COVID, things weren't moving. The houses were not moving, just how it was. You had 3 years of people who built and the inventory stuck around.
And we saw a massive interest rate drop during that COVID time period, and people were buying and selling. Now, if the interest rates do go back down to 3 to 2 to whatever 7.5, maybe we'll see an uptick in listings coming on and off. But who knows?
You're shaking your head.
I mean, listen, I'm 62 years old. I don't think you're going to see interest rates in 2 or 3% for 15 years. Just don't see it.
So if you have a 3%, you just hang on to that forever.
I'm hang on to it as long as you can. If you have a 7-year ARM, hold on to it to the last month and figure out what you're going to do. I mean it. I'm not being a naysayer, but the impetus is that inflation is still around even with the with the political changes. So
what's your? Are you optimistic about the market right now?
I'm optimistic about everything in life, Dave.
No, well, I mean,
Am I optimistic about that? I'm going to sell real estate. Yeah, everything sells. That's why I love having a listing.
Everything
sells. Everything sells.
Everything sells. You got to stay positive. Got to be optimistic, or else what are you doing?
I had a friend who was in the energy business with me, and he was a Bitcoin guy, and he sent me a little text last week. Hey, listen, I want to buy something in the Hamptons between 10 and 20 million with Bitcoin at around 100,000, and these people are out there. I mean, it's created trillions in wealth. So, I'm positive.
They're out there.
Sure. Even if you're a hodl guy, a hodl, whatever you hold and don't sell.
Yeah.
Some of these people are going to sell. They want nice things.
Yeah.
They want nice things in the Hamptons.
I agree.
Thanks.
They also probably want something to do, which is why we have Dave.
Well, it's a dead of winter. You're definitely feeling
Ice
it.
rink, man. You gotta look. If you're gonna be cold, might as well skate.
Get him out there. Coach Eddie will help you out.
There you go.
Especially if you want to sell your home, I'll give you kids free ice. Wow, skating lessons. How's that?
Well, I guess that's my number one pick then this week would be go to the ice rink in Southampton, say hello to Ed Gaetjens.
Yeah, Brian Wish is down there too. You want to learn figure skating, hockey skating, we got you.
It's cool.
But in the never-ending effort for Suffolk County to attract people in the wintertime, there is the restaurant week. Long Island Restaurant Week is going on this week, and the Hamptons is playing a fairly significant role. A lot of restaurants are going to have pretty nice price fixes that normally don't. So 3-course meals for like $40 to $48. Nick and Tony's is doing it in East Hampton. The Maidstone is also doing it in East Hampton. If you go to longislandrestaurantweek.com, you can view all the restaurants that are involved. Shippies is doing it in Southampton. A bunch of really fun restaurants. Bistro Ete. Have you ever been to Bistro Ete?
That place kills it, and as does Shippies. We go to Shippies all the time for lunch. Shippies is great.
Shout out Shippies.
And then Ivy on Main and Fauna, which I've heard very good things about.
Fauna's good in West Hampton?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
So they're all doing it. So check it out.
So that's this weekend?
That's this weekend, Long Island. So it's all week, Long Island Restaurant Week. You got that going on. So then you have, I kind of want to do this. I thought this was weird, but now I kind of want to do it. On Sunday at 4:30 p.m., there's the restorative sound bath with yoga nidra. So basically, a bunch of people get together and then they lay down and then they listen to like really pleasant sounds.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've done it before. It literally goes through you. The vibrations go through you.
And that's in Bridgehampton?
Oh, is it?
Well, have you done it?
I've done it in the yoga studios. Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Have you done this one?
What yoga studio is it at?
It's at the
Right.
the Bridgehampton Community House.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think I'm going to miss that one.
Ed is such a Renaissance man.
I like stuff like this.
You gotta really feel it. You're gonna lay down and the vibrations are gonna go through your body and you're gonna really enjoy it.
You're not the first person that's told me that about that, and I'm always kind of surprised.
Just go do it.
How people are so into it.
You ever done goat yoga?
I think it's a kind of a fad.
That's kind of a fad.
You really want to
I didn't know if that was still a thing. I just know that there's always
people do that stuff.
more of a summer activity.
But you can combine anything. There was wine yoga for a while.
Wine yoga, there was that.
Beer yoga, there was. You could do anything with yoga, Pasta yoga, that'd be kind of gross. Yeah.
What else you got?
Just note there was an eye roll there when Dave said pasta yoga.
All right, so then the Parish Art Museum is having a gallery talk with Ralph Gibson. That's January 24th from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The Parish Art Museum is this absolutely stunning building in Watermill, and it's a great place. So you go have a talk with this artist. He's going to talk about his photography from a series based on his relationship between shapes found in nature and human constructs. So that sounds pretty
Hamptons
cool.
is a great place in the winter. It's a gem.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it out here.
Yeah,
Perpetually
Things to do?
it's a little cold.
It's cold
everywhere.
It's cold everywhere.
It's snowing in New Orleans or something. I mean, it's literally cold everywhere.
You want to run to
It's snowing in Florida.
You want to run to Florida? Run to Florida. I like the Hamptons.
Well, amen to that. Well, that's what's going on in the Hamptons this weekend.
Nice. Eddie G, I know you got stuff to do. Anything else before we let you go?
Nope. Thanks for having me, guys. I love being here.
Thanks, Ed.
We'll put a bow on it with that. That's great.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that's it. That's the podcast. Thanks for listening. I'm Andrew Dow. That's what's happening in the Hamptons.